Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm going to put this video up as a video response to Reverend Aaron Judah's last video, the Chambersburg documentary, part 4. And I'm not putting it up as a direct reply to his video or maybe necessarily a commentary on his video. But I'm putting it up because it's pretty much, this video was brought to mind, me making this one, and to share with y'all some recent thoughts I've been having, and I suggest that you watch this video that I'm responding to and the other 3 parts. They're very entertaining. They had me crack up. Talking about experience as he went through this stage in his life when he's basically crazy. It's like I said, it's very highly entertaining. But anyway, how it relates to me, he's telling a story about this time when he had this period of time when he basically snapped, and he was getting in arguments and fights with people. What did he say? Out of one video, he said, what did he say? What did he say? I can't get his quote. He said something like, what did he say? Getting in fights with niggers or something like that. I think what he said exactly, but it's cracking up. Getting fired from jobs and this and that. It's just the way he said it. It was funny. But anyway, so I've been pondering in my mind recently about I want to say changing, but I don't know if really changing per se, or really if we're becoming more of myself, maybe evolving to a different stage in my life. And that stage is, I was wondering if I just should start cussing people out. Actually, it was just today or yesterday, I was thinking about if I just went through a period, like a year period of I just acted a total asshole. I mean, if I just start, like I said, everybody that comes up at me on my videos or whatnot, that I just start totally going back at them. Just calling every name in the book. If I just dealt with everybody in that manner. And I actually thought if that would actually be more effective in getting people to listen to me, and what I say. I mean, because it seems like, this world, or at least here in the United States, that, we are in a culture where people want to listen to controversy, or people who are, I guess, just that confrontation. People love that. Well, like we get caught up in this reality TV show. We love the drama. We love all that conflict, the fighting, the arguing, all that. And so I was thinking, I said, what if I just started doing that? At least try for a year period. And then I started thinking just this evening, just a little while ago, I watched this. And I think I've actually had this thought before. I don't know if I've spoken it before. But I wonder if I change and start change my way that I interact with people, in a way that I bring that attitude to them, to you, but not in a way of just telling you to go fuck off, but in a way saying, fuck you, I'm going to love you anyway. That I may be holding that part back, that maybe that's where I really want to go, but I'm holding that back. I'm holding myself back for fear of that not being effective, for fear of failing or doing something wrong. But maybe I'm not listening to where I'm being guided to do. I'm listening to something that may be effective. And of course, part of that goes with my idea that I've spoken on too about, trying to get rid of emotions, and that, it may be a flaw in allowing emotions to guide us and lead us, especially, things like anger and all that, and getting caught up emotionally. which relates to something else I was recently thinking, that maybe, that we should just whittle down all the emotions and try to tap into that emotion of love and try to do everything through that emotion of love. The emotion itself is tricky. Love is a subjective thing. It's subjective in how you express love to someone, what you do for someone, and yes, it's subjective to it. It could be unique to each and every person. I have no idea of that emotion of love or how you feel it and how I feel it, or if I even feel it, or if you even feel it, or if anybody really feels it, or if there's anything such thing, because it's just chemicals. But I've spoken that before. So I think I was coming to if I were to adopt purely an emotion of love, would that lead me to taking a stance of fuck you, I'm gonna love you anyway? Dealing with with these Christians coming at me, basically saying I ain't hearing that nonsense, I ain't hearing that bullshit, because your God is fucked up. He's a mass murderer, plain and simple. You're not facing the truth of the fact of the matter is your God killed the entire world. He drowned the entire world except for one man and his family. Why? Because he regretted. He was sorry that he had made human beings because they were so flawed and messed up. So, that speaks to the nature of your God, that he didn't know beforehand that his creation was going to be fucked up. How great can he be? That means he's not omniscient. Because he didn't know. Obviously, he didn't know ahead of time, but he should have known. So your God is lacking in something. So I ain't hearing your nonsense. I ain't hearing your nonsense about how you talk about Jesus Christ, because you're forgetting that Jesus is a representative of the God in the Old Testament. You're forgetting, or you're not really forgetting. You're just ignoring that fact. You're ignoring the fact that all the killing he did in the Bible. Your God is fucked up. He killed women, children. Everybody. Tells people to stone their kids if they disrespect you. All that nonsense. Like I said, his actions are the actions of basically like a person. Something that we do is so flawed and short-sighted. Like I said, and even in saving Noah and wiping out the entire planet because we was all fucked up. Well, once again, you didn't know that later on down the line that we would become fucked up again, and maybe even worse. Back then, could it be anywhere near on the scale of how things are today? Here in 2010, how things are around the world today, was it worse back then? Really? Could it been? The full gamut of how we destroying this planet and the pollution and all that nonsense. It's really worse back then, and so God didn't see that. Once again, your God is fucked up, and like I said, you trying to focus on Jesus, and I've said this in some posts, but I think I said in a video. When I listen to this Christian, it's like I'm listening to somebody going through abused spouse syndrome. Oh, but he loves me so much, and he promised me he wouldn't do it again. He promised me he wouldn't beat me again. He promised me he wouldn't kill me again by way of flood, because he said he loves me so much. He loves me so much he gave me his only begotten son. How about he loved you so fucking much that he didn't make you go through any pain or suffering? How about that? How about he loved you so fucking much that he didn't allow the serpent in the garden? He didn't allow. Once again, he had to allow the serpent in the garden. He knew he was there. He had to know he was there, right? Or did he not know he was there? Once again, showing his limitations. So once again, fuck you, Christian. I'm not hearing your nonsense. Fuck you because I love you. Because you need to wake up from that bullshit you're going through and come to the truth. All right? Because fuck you, because I'm trying to bring truth to you. I'm trying to bring love to you. I'm trying to bring belief to you. I'm trying to believe in greater things. Trying to believe in the greatest things, and that we have the power to do any and everything you believe that so-called Jesus was supposed to come back and do. Or that the power he had. That is within you. Believing in unconditional love. So get rid of that bullshit of saying homosexuals going to hell because they ain't doing something that's natural. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a video up here and show you, yes, homosexual is natural because it happens in nature. If it happens in nature, natural. And it happens. So I'm not hearing that nonsense, that bullshit. And once again, I'm saying this because I love you so much. I love this world so much. And yet you continue this bullshit that has been existing for 1,000 years and has done what for this world? For all the good you try to point to, look at the condition of this world. Or here in the United States where Christianity dominates. It's fucked up. It's full of hypocrites, full of pain and suffering. I watched a documentary last night about homeless kids and people living in motels and whatnot. And I have to watch these homeless kids go say this pledge allegiance while they're in class. And to plug which names, one nation, God, individual, with liberty and justice for all. Really? There's freedom. There's liberty and justice for all. Really, truly, I ain't hearing that nonsense. It's bullshit. And so, I said, if I start coming out and start telling you, take all that fucked up doctrine, all that shit, and take it somewhere else, don't bring up bullshit to me, or you need to change it. Once again, you need to change your view, change it to where it's better. Drop your fucked up God. You can say it's heresy, it's blasphemy, but fuck your God. Once again, if he's real and he's really the way he was in there, I ain't worried about him. What are you going to do to me? I'm not going to change my ways out of fear of he's going to punish me because he's unjust, unrighteous. It's like you living life out of fear. Oh, don't say that. Well, that your God is fucked up. Why don't you do something about that? So, that's my thoughts. So, fuck you. Truth bless everyone. Peace and love. Love.